time of 52.92, a new high school national record. Back to back to back to back state champions.
NET Sports, Nebraska's home for championship sports, is live from the Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska, for the 2016 NSAA Boys Basketball Championships. And we kick it off this morning in Class D1. It's a battle of the Lourdes Central Catholic Knights taking on the Walthill Blue Jays. And good morning, everyone. I'm Larry Putney along with Andy Markowski. It's good to have you with us as we get set for a day long of state high school championships right here on NET. We will crown 6 state title holders before the day is out. And this is a bit unusual in this Class D1 matchup because neither of these teams in their school history has ever won a state championship.
Yeah, that's rare. Normally one team has a little bit of experience going into this game, so a neutral playing field to start. But this game's going to be about tempo. If you look at Lourdes, they're going to use a 2-3 matchup zone. They're going to try to slow that tempo down. They're going to use their size. They have 3 players taller than 6'6". But they couple that with some timely shooting. They made 11 threes in the semis to defeat High Plains. For Walthill, they're going to play pressure man-to-man defense. They're going to pick up full court. They're going to try to create some turnovers that leads to their early offense. They're also dependent on the three-point line. They've made 19 threes so far in 2 games at this state tournament. Look for the crowd to maybe be a factor. Walthill has used that energy. They obviously pulled off a 10-point upset over BDS in the semifinals. Can that energy lead them to a faster-paced game and lead them to their first state championship?
Walthill has not been here in 26 years, since 1990, and they're looking for their first ever state championship. Same for the Lourdes Knights. They haven't been here ever. They've never won a state championship, looking for their first ever title. When we come back, it's Walthill, Nebraska City Lourdes on NET Sports.
I had 29 students in my class.
We've been together since kindergarten.
High school, 4 years of growing up.
Growing together. Senior year.
I am done with school.
I'm invincible.
They don't understand me.
Forget about it. Let's have fun.
I had 29 students in my class.
No matter how you look at it, animal agriculture helps Nebraska's economy. The livestock industry provides increased tax revenues for schools and community services. Livestock enterprises also create jobs while contributing to existing businesses such as local banks and grocery stores. A thriving livestock industry helps maintain our current way of life, but also provides opportunities for the next generation of farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff helps to raise awareness of the importance of animal agriculture to Nebraska.
Well, you don't have to miss a moment of Nebraska High School Boys Basketball Championships with NET and the NET Nebraska app. You can watch every shot, every highlight, every win right as they happen. Be sure to go out to our website and download the free NET Nebraska app. You can do it now either at your app store or on our website at, once again, netnebraska.org/apps. Ready for the introductions of this Class D1 state championship, and for that we go to Doc Weiniger.
The Nebraska School Activities Association and its member schools welcome you to the 2016 NSAA Boys State Basketball Championships. The NSAA is proud to recognize its corporate partners, U.S. Bank, Farmers Mutual Insurance, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association, Nebraska Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, CHI, St. Elizabeth's, Pump and Pantry, Midwest Dairy, and the National Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would ask that you please rise for the singing of the Omaha Tribal Flag Song, sung by the Omaha Tribal members. And now please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. Singing the anthem this morning will be the Sydney High School Mixed Octet under the direction of David Meade.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The Omaha Tribal Numbers and the Sydney High School Mixed Octet. And now, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pinnacle Bank Arena for the Class D1 State Championship game. Today's game features the 24-5 Lord Central Catholic Knights versus the 22-3 Blue Jays of Walt Hill High School. And now, let's meet the players and coaches competing in today's game. First, the non-starters for the visiting team, the Lord Central Knights. Number 10, Sam Baumert. Number 12, Ben Miller. Number 22, Quinton Bassa. Number 30, Coulter Fulton. Number 33, Andrew Aldana. Number 40, Dylan Papp. Number 42, Jack Fong. Number 52, Brandon Fredericks. And number 55, Charlie Bassa. And now the non-starters for the home team, the Walt Hill Blue Jays. Number 1, Trey Brown. Number 2, Horace Kemp. Number 10, Kobe Monaz. Number 11, Orion Lamont. Number 14, Devon Grant. Number 15, Tyler Lovejoy. Number 30, Truliano Sheridan. Number 34, Romello Porter. And number 35, Ben Lovejoy. And now, the starting lineup for Lord Central. A 5'10" sophomore, number 15, Thomas Ragland. A 6'1" junior, number 20, Hayden Miller. A 6'3" junior, number 23, Brock Hoagland. A 6'1" senior, number 24, Nick Witta. And a 6'8" senior, number 32, Julius Sakinas. Head coach for the Knights is Joe Tynan, assisted by Adam Oath, Tim Jensen, and Brandon Brown. And now, the starting lineup for the Hill. A 6' junior, number 3, Jaden Sheridan. A 5'10" junior, number 5, Braden Hollowell. A 6'4" senior, number 20, Kobe Smith. 5'11" senior number 21, Casey Porter. And a 6' senior number 22, DeAndre Webster. Head coach for the Blue Jays is Ryan Stansberry, assisted by Sam Grant and Mark Whiteeyes. Today's game officials are David Agee, Richard Buckman, and Chris Wheatville. The bench official is Troy Test. And now, gentlemen, let's play basketball.
And there's a look at your officials, David Agee, Richard Buckman, and Chris Weidenfeld. Boy, what a night for those guys. They had the Class A game last night that went into overtime. Didn't get over until after 11 o'clock at night. Hey guys, can you come back this morning? Kick it off for us on Saturday morning. Should be a good one today as Walt Hill takes on Lourdes. Walt Hill not far from South Sioux City, in fact just south of Winnebago on the reservation, just off the banks of the Missouri River. They call it the Hill, the Omaha tribe, taking on Lourdes Central Catholic out of Nebraska City. Here is a look at how they got here. Walt Hill knocked off Axtell, and BDS was ranked #1 or seeded #1. Walt Hill knocked them off. They're the #6 team in the state to get here, and they are up tempo. Lourdes beat Kennesaw and High Plains. Should be a good one here for the Class D1 state championship to kick it off here at Pinnacle Bank Arena this morning. Along with former Husker Andy Markowski, I'm Larry Putney. It's good to have you with us for 6 straight state championships today. There's a look at Joe Tynan in his 10th season, the Lourdes Central Catholic head coach. We'll call him Lourdes or out of Nebraska City, maybe the Knights. But if you had to say Nebraska City, Lourdes Central Catholic every time, we might not get to any plays, right?
Well, I think the tempo is going to be fast if Walt Hill has their way, so it might be hard to squeeze all that in.
That's right. Tipping it up, Kobe Smith for Walt Hill, and he wins it. You might remember Kobe Smith, number 20 for Walt Hill, played for Winnebago last year. Winnebago won the state championship. And inside they go right away to Kobe Smith. Kicks it back out near the free throw line. Off the glass in the early bucket there by Graydon Hollowell.
That'll be a key factor if Walt Hill can score and allows them to set their press. See if they can generate some turnovers early.
First look at Lourdes on offense. As you said off the top, you know, it's a team with more size, but not afraid to shoot the three. Inside, Sakinas down low. There's Julius Sakinas. 6'8" senior, averages 13 a game.
And nice start. You can see Nebraska City Lourdes is going to play a 2-3 matchup. Try to get out to the shooters of Walt Hill. Mentioned in the pregame, Walt Hill has had 19 threes over 2 games, so a big part of their offense.
Tipping it around, kept it alive, got it to Webster. 3-pointers off. Lourdes the other way, put back by Sakinas. Big presence inside is Julius Sakinas. Couple of 6-8ers on this Lourdes team.
That size along that back line allows the Lourdes guards to push up. And certainly, Coach alluded to it in the semis. High Plains had just a really difficult time getting any offense against the size and the quickness of Lourdes guards.
Rebound right back up and put in by Kobe Smith. Off by Hayden Miller. Three on the way from Sheridan. Got it from up top. About 22 feet away. Jaden Sheridan with the three.
Picked up where he left off in the semis, had 20 points.
Wow. He's had a couple of good games down here at State. 17 and 20 in his first 2 games. There's the three by Miller. Got it. Hayden Miller, back-to-back 3-pointers. Miller also has had a couple of good games. He's done 17 and 18 in the 2 games.
You see both teams are playing with a tremendous amount of confidence. We mentioned in the pregame, no experience. Neither team has been in the finals in a long time, but they've certainly started the 9 o'clock game out with some confidence, and they're making shots.
Bounce pass into Kobe Smith. He is fouled. And that foul called on Thomas Ragland. There's a look at Ryan Stansberry in his 3rd year at Walt Hill. Says his coaching mentor was his father, Eddie Stansberry. A longtime coach. In fact, Eddie was the coach the last time Walt Hill was down here. He was one of the assistant coaches the last time they were down here. He's now the athletic director at Walt Hill.
Walt Hill's doing a nice job of getting the ball reversed. It's went from the left to the right, back to the left. You've got to get the zone to move, and then you're going to get a shot.
Left-handed three off the front of the rim. Goes off of Lords. It will stay with Walt Hill. Good pace here early on in this D1 championship game. Kobe Smith inside. Good take by Smith.
Lords has done a good job so far against the full court pressure, being able to handle it and get back into half court offense.
Rebound put back and got the roll. Big presence early on here by Sakinas. That's 6 points.
And certainly Lords like to see him with a quick start. Walt Hill is really, Smith is the only player they play that has some size and length to him. Walt Hill again showing pretty good patience. Even though they want to play quick tempo, they recognize what a good shot is. They're going to work, try to get the ball into the high post, which Smith was able to capitalize their last possession.
Webster inside. Check that then to Kobe Smith, who's fouled. There's a look at the senior, Kobe Smith, 6'4". Averages 14 a game. When we come back, he'll be at the line shooting 2. D1 championship right here on NET Sports.
Over the years, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association has supported many Nebraska athletes by helping them excel physically. But the mental game is just as important. That's why we're pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and as leaders. We're proud to team up with these exceptional individuals. Together we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank knows the importance of giving back. That's why we're committed to support charitable, educational, and service organizations in communities across Nebraska and the nation. Last year, U.S. Bank employees provided more than 3,000 hours of community service in Nebraska, and we're dedicated to continuing that support. U.S. Bank, serving you in Nebraska. Member FDIC.
The Blue Jays of Walt Hill, all even at 9 with Lords here early on. There's a look at Ryan Stansberry, the third-year head coach. We talked about his father, Eddie, who's now the superintendent, not the athletic director. But the last time Walt Hill went to state, his father was one of the assistant coaches. He's now the superintendent at Walt Hill, been there for 8 years, and Ryan Stansberry in his third year has them down here at state looking for the school's first ever state title. Speaking of first ever, Lords' first ever trip into this title game. Charles Vasa now into the game. He's another 6'8" presence, 6'8" senior. And Kobe Smith now at the line for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, you always wonder how the 9 a.m. start, would affect teams. But for Walt Hill, this is actually their third 9 a.m. game in a row. They've had that game both Thursday and Friday. So certainly from a routine standpoint, fits them well.
Smith knocks down both ends of the free throw. And now Walt Hill picks up full court.
This is really the first possession that Lords have struggled.
Forced the turnover. Here's Smith, lays it in. Kobe Smith early on with 8.
Nice job by Lords. Now you have to capitalize on the back end of the press, try to make that team pay. Unfortunately missed the open 3.
So after the made two and the steal and lay-in, Walt Hill with a 4-point lead here in period number 1. Hollowell, nice dish to Webster with reverse lay-in. DeAndre Webster.
This is where Lourdes needs to slow the tempo down and really try to utilize your size advantage. Sakinas has 6. See if he can get a touch inside, or Vasa.
Nearly a turnover, saved by Miller. Witten goes off the back of the rim.
Hill's really done a nice job of utilizing the low post and the high post to get the ball inside against the 2-3 zone. They have not been dependent on a 3-point shot. They've got a lot of shots in the paint, able to draw fouls. Once again, you see the penetration into the middle of that zone, which against a 2-3, that high post area is a garden spot. That's where the ball needs to go.
Smith with it from the free throw line, just off. That press causing some trouble here for Lourdes. Walt Hill's opened up the 8-point lead. Three on the way from Vasa. Got it. That's Quentin Vasa.
It's the timely shooting that we've spoken of. Big shot to slow down the momentum of Walt Hill. Really nice inside-outside action. If you look at Sakinas, they're going to double. Had him 6 points, able to relocate. Anytime the ball comes from inside to outside, shooters' momentum is going to the basket. It's a lot higher percentage shot than coming off of a screen where your momentum might go side to side. So really nice possession by Nebraska City Lourdes.
Ragland now back into the game along with Brock Hoagland for Lourdes. Foul inside. Hold on, Jaden Sheridan. And that will put Vasa at the line.
3 games in 3 days is always difficult, so you look for the bench sometimes to come in and give you a lift, and that's certainly what Quentin Vasa has done. Hit the 3 and then was aggressive from the top of the key area to get fouled. So nice start by the young sophomore.
One minute to go here in period number 1. Skip pass, thought about it. Good put back by Kobe Smith, just could not get it to go. And drug that back foot, did Vasa, and traveled.
Hey, try to keep that pivot foot down. Sometimes, we alluded to being a sophomore, your strength sometimes not as great as maybe a senior. Took a little bump, was unable to keep his balance and traveled.
Sakinas now back into the game. Tipped away in the middle. The steal. Miller has it. Lost it momentarily. Behind the back from Sakinas. And the lay-in for Ragland. And that gets the Lourdes crowd on their feet.
A terrific play for a terrific first quarter so far. High scoring, a lot of good offensive basketball.
Good ball movement here. From the corner, Webster off. Back was touching that line. So out off of Lourdes. Good attempt there by Ragland.
1.9 seconds. You want to make sure you get out to shooters, but don't foul a shooter.
Got it at the buzzer. KC Porter, the left-handed 3 drops. And that extends that Walt Hill lead to 5. So after 1 period, Walt Hill on top of Lourdes, 20-15, thanks to the, 27-footer
Got it!
Are you cool to flex fuel? 1 in 7 Nebraskans is driving a flex fuel vehicle, and many don't even realize it. With a flex fuel vehicle, you can fill up with any blend of American ethanol and gasoline, from E10 to E15, from E30 to E85, at any time in any amount. Look for an insignia on your trunk or tailgate. You might have a yellow gas cap, or check your owner's manual. If you're cool to flex fuel, then look for a flex fuel pump in your neighborhood. Flex fuel blends with American ethanol.
Your favorite PBS shows, ready to watch when you are. Anytime, any place. Find more ways to explore than ever before.
I'm Chris Schmidt. I'll be on the sidelines today. Great day for basketball here at PBA. And at halftime, we'll catch up with Dr. Jim Tenopir. That's on the way. Let's send it back to Larry.
All right, thanks, Chris. Good to have you with us today as we bring you 6 state championships from right here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. What an ending to that first period, huh?
Yeah, exciting. We thought tempo would be a key factor, and Nebraska City Lords has really been able to play at Walt Hill's tempo offensively, which has led to a very high-scoring 20-15 first quarter.
A good pass from Sakinas to the cutting Hoagland, and the foul committed by Orion Lamott. First on Lamott, just the second team foul on the Blue Jays. Now, you talk about pace, the Blue Jays like to score points, right? I mean, they average 71 a game. 6 times this year, they've had 80-plus points. They're on pace that here today, 20 in the first period.
Yeah, I really thought for Nebraska City Lords to have a chance to win, the game needed to be in the 50s, because they hold opponents to 42 points a game. But they're playing offense at a high level. They've only had 2 turnovers. They're 2 of 3 from the 3, and they've been able to get to the free throw line. So that's allowed them to be competitive so far in this first quarter.
Lamott's 3 off the front of the rim. Miller inside. And the foul on Kobe Smith as Sakinas was going in for the layup. It will put Sakinas at the line.
A really nice cut to the baseline. Aggressive finish. Unfortunately, got fouled and is going to have to earn it from the free throw line.
Sakinas had 16.7 rebounds in the semifinal win. That semifinal win was over High Plains, which was last year's state champ. A big win for Lords. They won it convincingly, 73-42. Highest scoring output of the year by Lords. Off the steal, the turnover.
And that's what Nebraska City Lords does with that 2-3 matchup. They really push those 2 guards out. You can see them, hands are up, looking for deflections. In order to combat that, you need to get somebody in the high post to try to pull those guards back a little bit. If they want to extend, you have to try to get the ball into the high post areas. You can see Smith is positioned there for Walt Hill now.
Porter drives in, dishes off to Smith. Blocked by Sakinas.
Sakinas has had a large presence in this game, rebounding, scoring, blocking shots.
How about the 3 from Miller? And he's liking it. We're all even a 25-0 run for Lords. Pass inside, tipped around. Kobe saves it. Off of the foot of Lovejoy, that'll stay with Lords. Here's a look at the 3 from Miller.
Yeah, really playing Miller, a lot of confidence. I mean, that's just green-lighted And those three-point shots, they've been timely all tournament, but it's also kept the Walt Hill crowd out of the game a little bit. Lourdes fans are into it. They've been able to answer the one Walt Hill run and tie this game at 20 in the second quarter.
The runner there, Vasa could not get it to go.
The other facet of being a good zone team is you have to sprint back and get your zone defense set. Nebraska City Lourdes is doing a great job of that, not allowing Walt Hill any transition open threes, which they live on that high tempo, and they can score points in a hurry. Yesterday, I think they had 2 threes in a matter of 5 seconds. That's how fast they can spurt on you.
Good pass inside by Sakinas, could not complete the play.
Sakinas' presence again with a block shot.
Good pump fake by Lovejoy. And then over the top of Sakinas and the travel.
And that's what pressure does. It just forces you to play a half a count faster than what maybe you're comfortable playing. Now that Nebraska City Lourdes was going to have an opportunity on the backside of that. They had a 3-on-2, but just the pace, the catch was a little off balance, forced to travel.
They are not letting Porter touch the ball anywhere near within 25 feet. And Smith is fouled. So Kobe Smith will go to the line. He has 8 already to lead Walt Hill. And Walt Hill will take a timeout. Ryan Stansberry, 3rd year. Joe Tynan, 10th season at Nebraska City Lourdes.
Yeah, I think Smith from Walt Hill is going to be a tremendous factor in this game. I look at how Lourdes' 2-3 defense really gives some openings in the high post where Smith looks comfortable. So Smith has 1 personal foul trying to guard the bigger Nebraska City Lourdes front line. You know, if he was to get in foul trouble, I think that would really change the complexion of this game.
Kobe Smith at the line, and he'll be shooting 2. Both teams with 3 team fouls. I mentioned earlier, Kobe Smith played last year for Winnebago when Winnebago won the state championship. He's actually been a Walt Hill student and basketball player since 7th grade. He transferred for 1 year to Winnebago. That was last year. Winnebago won state, transferred back to Walt Hill, and now has led this team here to the state championship. Knocks down the 2nd free throw. Into the game now is Graydon Hollowell. He will come in for Kobe Smith. Check that, he'll come in for Tyler Lovejoy.
Walt Hill settles back into a man-to-man half-court defense.
Good move down low by Vasa. Charles Vasa, 6'8" senior.
Really nice job by Lourdes using the matchup to their advantage, playing but 2 6'8" players. Smith can only guard 1 at a time. Went to Vasa on the left block, was able to score.
Rebound Sakinas. Ball stripped away from Vasa and off of the hand of Hollowell. It will stay with Lourdes. Sheridan now the other way. Well, a good run out there. Casey Porter with the lay-in. Porter's a smooth-looking lefty.
Yeah, really the first time that Winnebago, or excuse me, that Walt Hill, talking Kobe Smith and Winnebago, certainly Walt Hill was able to get out and get the ball into offense before Lourdes was able to set their half-court defense.
They play a lot like Winnebago, though, don't they?
They do.
Up and down, not afraid to take shots from anywhere on the floor, right?
You know, we sometimes as coaches overcoach and not let the kids play, and both these teams are doing a terrific job of playing with a lot of confidence.
A good bounce pass from Smith. Got the roll on the shot by Sheridan.
Once again, really good half-court execution against the 2-3 zone. We utilized the short corner to pull the low defender out, drop the high post underneath, and got the basket.
And a timeout on the floor. Called by Lourdes Central. Time now to take a look back at last year's Class D1 state championship game.
High Plains and Humphrey St. Francis met in last year's Class D1 state finals game. High Plains, who lost in the Class D2 title game against Bancroft Rosalie the year before, needed a spark after a sluggish start to the game. Down 9 at halftime to the Flyers from St. Francis, the Storm regrouped and shot 77% from the field in the second half. Both sides of the ball finally clicked for High Plains as they tallied 21 fourth-quarter points and held Humphrey St. Francis to 11, pulling off the comeback late in the game. The second half surge netted the High Plains Storm their first ever state basketball title.
And that was who the Lourdes Central Catholic Knights beat in the semifinals. It was really a rout, 73-42. It tied Lourdes' highest game output of the year. Actually, it was their highest output, 73 points. Previous was 72.
Yeah, when you make 11 out of 23 threes, you're going to have a pretty good chance of winning the game, and Lourdes has continued that momentum.
Partially blocked, it looked like. Good save. And then off of the Blue Jays and out. Into the game now is Trey Brown for the Blue Jays. Drive by Miller, left-hand lay-in. Good take by Hayden Miller.
Once again, a made field goal from Lourdes Central Catholic allows you to get back and set the 2-3, slow the tempo down. Smith being on the bench, Walt Hill needs to find somebody that can maybe flash out of that high post area.
Brown's shot is blocked by Vasa. Vasa with the give right back and the foul on a cutting Hoagland. That'll put Hoagland to the line.
A really nice job by Lourdes playing with spacing. You can see the lane open, it's not congested. Little post entry. Call that a Laker cut when you pass and able to cut off the post. Again, slowing the tempo down by getting to the free throw line.
Obi Smith back into the game now for Trey Brown.
And Coach Stansbury sensed not a great possession against the zone last possession. Coming back in with Smith. He's been the most effective offensive player so far in this game for Walt Hill.
Redirected on the shot. Walt Hill up by 2 here. 1:15 to go. Sakinas down low. Nice shot by Julius Sakinas.
Yeah, really impressed with his skill set. He's been able to pass. He's been able to finish with both hands. That was a nice jump hook over his left shoulder.
All even at 27. Hollowell loses it on the turnover. You can tell it's state tournament, can't you?
Yeah, a lot of energy in the arena.
There's some excitement out there.
And it's been a really well-played first half. I mean, it's, both teams have played efficient on offense. Lourdes is 10 of 20 from the floor. Walt Hill is 11 of 29, but has 18 rebounds, so have been able to capitalize on a few of those misses and with putbacks.
And if you're Lourdes, you probably like the pace of this second period better than the first, where Walt Hill had 20. They only had 7 here in the second. And it looks like Lourdes trying to hold here now for the last shot.
Yeah, if you look at Lourdes, they have not turned the basketball over, and outside of the one layup in transition, they've made this a half-court game, which I think allows them to utilize their size. Sakinas has 10 points, and that's proven out to be why they've been competitive.
And just as Andy says, Lourdes had not turned the ball over. That go off of Lourdes and out. Just grazed the hand of Brock Hoagland. Who knew it?
Yeah, Walt Hill had a terrific finish in the first quarter with a 27-foot three, as you call him. We'll see if they can finish and carry a lead into halftime here.
Porter's three just off. At the buzzer. Three-pointers off. And we head to halftime. It is all knotted at 27. Walt Hill took that lead through period number 1. Back came Lourdes and tied it 27 all. Let's go to Chris Schmidt.
Coach, tell me a little bit about your team's ability to handle the pressure and pacing in that second quarter.
I thought we did a pretty good job early on, and we got a little fast sometimes, and we got some early turnovers early on where we just didn't keep our pivot foot down. But I thought for the most part, we did a very good job of handling that for a while. We just got to stay patient. We got to keep attacking. We got to be when we catch the ball, we got to come to a complete jump stop and make good, strong passes there. Because I don't know how many transition points they got off their press, but it wasn't very many. It might have been 2 or 4 maybe. So that's kind of the big key for us, to keep limiting them the points off their press.
Some adjustments you want to make in the second half, aside from what you just hit on?
Just finishing. We've got a lot of shots right at the rim, and keep attacking the basket. When we've attacked the rim and attacked it off the dribble penetration, we've got some good things. I think we settled a little bit too much in that first half with outside shots. I know we hit some, but we just got to keep the pressure on and keep the pressure on the rim.
Coach, thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, Larry, back to you.
All right, thanks, Schmitty, and thanks to Joe Tynan for joining us momentarily. Walt Hill goes scoreless over the last 3 minutes, and Lourdes ties it at 27 at half.
Constellation believes in developing the next generation of Nebraska leaders, and we show that support by contributing to 4-H and FFA in the 60 Nebraska counties we serve, more than $120,000 over the past 4 years. Constellation provides natural gas for Nebraska homes, farms, ranches, and businesses. Through our support for 4-H and FFA, we're providing energy for Nebraska's future as well. Natural gas from Constellation.
Whether it's spring planting, fall harvesting, or just a drive across the state, Soy Biodiesel helps a diesel-powered engine operate in a demanding job. Soybean oil from Nebraska soybeans makes biodiesel a renewable fuel that's also environmentally responsible. The soybean checkoff plays a major role in supporting the use and availability of biodiesel. The Nebraska Soybean Board, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Coverage of the 2016 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, the Nebraska Tourism Commission, the Nebraska Public Power District, and Education Quest. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state of Nebraska. We could not do it without your support.
How are you? Good to see you. And we're back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena with the NSAA Director, Dr. Jim Tenopir. Dr. Tenopir, nice to see you, and been a great tournament here in 2016. Let's start here with a little bit your thoughts on attendance, if you could. Been a great March.
It really has been. We've had some great matchups. We've had some facility issues. On Tuesday of this week, we decided we needed to make a change for the Class C2 games. At the night session, we were at Lincoln Northeast, and we had two great matchups, and we were pretty sure that all four teams and their fans weren't going to be able to get into that facility. So at the 11th hour, we called upon the Lincoln Public Schools to open another one of their gymnasiums. I can't say enough about the Lincoln Public Schools and Kathy Wieskamp and J.J. Tocek for they're on spring break, but they got all of their crews together so that we could have that ball game over at Southeast. And we also had some great attendance for some of the other ball games as well. We've had here at Pinnacle Bank Arena lots of good crowds. We've had good crowds at the Devaney Sports Center. Our unofficial attendance to date is a little bit over 85,000, and last year our total attendance was about 89,000, so we feel very good about that. Mother Nature has cooperated. We haven't had the snowstorms. We've had good weather, and like I said, we had some really good matchups.
Dr. Tenopir, you're back with the NSAA. What are some of the differences you see now?
Well, there are some differences. We continue to do a great job in working with schools and providing opportunities for kids to participate. Having been on the national level, I've had the opportunity to see some things that other states do, and maybe we can do a little bit of copying after that. But I guess I would tell you that I feel very comfortable that the Nebraska School Activities Association and all of our member schools do a great job in providing opportunities for kids, not only in athletics, but also the performing arts as well. And so we feel very good about where we're at right now.
Dr. Tenopir, about 30 seconds. What are some of the issues the NSAA faces in the future?
Well, we've got some issues with regard to transgender. If you've had to be living under a rock not to understand what we've been through this fall. But we also have to take a look at some classification issues. We have to take a look at some things with regard to how we provide opportunities for kids and for schools in a somewhat level playing field, if you will. Those are a couple of the things we're going to be looking at. We're also going to try to improve upon what we're doing with some of our state championships to make them more of a highlight for kids and for the schools that are our members. So we feel like we're heading in the right direction.
Dr. Tenopir, thanks for your time and thanks for your work.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Take care. We'll send it to break and be back. Halftime upon us, and the second half still to come with the NSAA here on NET.
Participating in Nebraska high school activities has taught me about teamwork.
I've learned how to lead among my peers.
At my high school, I have set goals and I work hard to accomplish them.
I like to run on my cross country team. It makes me feel good about myself.
The Nebraska School Activities Association providing opportunities in 25 activities in our 303 high schools. NSAA activities, the other half of education.
When you're looking for Nebraska's stars of tomorrow, start with the young Nebraskans in 4-H and FFA. Over the past 4 years, Constellation has given more than $120,000 to 4-H and FFA in the 60 Nebraska counties we serve. Constellation provides natural gas for Nebraska homes, farms, ranches, and businesses. By supporting 4-H and FFA, we're providing energy for Nebraska's stars of tomorrow as well. Natural gas from Constellation.
You're going the other way? No, now you're doing it well. Yeah, that's the way. That's how you want it.
All even at halftime here of the Class D1 State Championship, along with Andy Markowski, Chris Schmidt. I'm Larry Putney. Good to have you with us as we get set for second half action. Before we do that, let's take a look at some highlights from the first half. We'll start with the Blue Jays of Walt Hill.
Yeah, you can see the high post area. It's been effective. Hallowell was able to get a shot. Sheridan continues his good state tournament play with a 3 from the top of the key.
That's the way to beat a zone, huh?
Yeah, that low to high and high to low tended to be really effective for Winnebago.
And Lords has hung around. I mean, they've done a nice job here. You know, you said they had to be maybe in the 50s to have a chance here. It's 27 all.
Yeah, Miller knocks in one of his 2 threes in the first half, and I thought the biggest impact was Sakinas, 9 points, 8 rebounds here. You see a finish, and then Vasa able to get the jump hook over the left shoulder, and then using some of their own defensive pressure to create a steal. And there's once again Sakinas, great skill set, great first half behind the back pass. So really well played first half. Obviously Lords 50% from the field is a terrific half of basketball, was able to make 3 of 5. The difference in the game so far, Walt Hill has taken advantage of the backboard. They've got 9 offensive rebounds for their 19. Both teams have done a pretty good job of handling the ball. The turnovers from Lords have not generated offense. They've kind of been dead ball turnovers, so that's not hurt them, even though they had 5 or 6 to 5 for Walt Hill. And then the size of Lords with 5 blocks also has been a big impact in the first half.
So that leads us to 27 all at halftime. Nebraska City Lords and Walt Hill. 16 minutes left here to determine a state champion, Class D1. When we come back, second half action from the Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln.
Hey Mom, I need to talk to you about something. You took me on campus visits and helped me with college applications, but there's still something we haven't done yet. It's time to complete the FAFSA so I can get financial aid. I know you've been stressed out about this, but don't worry. Education Quest has tons of resources on their website to make the process really easy. You guys have been there for me every step of the way. Just returning the favor.
Get help with your FAFSA at educationquest.org.
When you've been around for more than a century, you understand the power of generations, the value of nurturing and developing those who will carry on the legacy of agriculture and food production. That's why the Aurora Cooperative helps young people gain the experience, expertise, and wisdom to feed the world, be good stewards, become responsible community leaders, and continue setting the example for the generations that follow. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
Coverage of the 2016 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by U.S. Bank, the Nebraska Corn Board, Constellation, and the Aurora Cooperative. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support.
Back here, second half about to begin. Coach, thoughts on the first half and what adjustments here for this third quarter?
Yeah, we didn't do a great job of getting the ball inside. We shot a lot of threes, not a lot went in, so that's going to be our halftime adjustments. Work more to get it inside, get some better looks, get some layups in, and try to get some turnovers on that press.
Defensively on the glass, were you pleased with how you played down there?
Oh, definitely. We gave up a couple easy shots that I wasn't happy with, but as far as rebounding, I thought we did fantastic. I don't know, we might have given up 1 or 2 offensive rebounds, but that's pretty good for playing a good team.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Send it back to Larry.
All right, thanks, Schmitty, and thanks to head coach Ryan Stansberry for joining us just before third period action begins. Walt Hill, first time even being down here at the state tournament in 26 years. 1990 was the last time. They've only been in the state championship game once. That was back in the centennial year, bicentennial year of 1976. It's been a while ago.
And that's what makes the state tournament great is you see some new faces occasionally. You know, this year, if you look at all the classes, you know, everyone thought there was going to be a lot of repeat matchups, and you know that's why you play the games. I mean, it's the fans are excited. A great start to the day, 27-27. Now you've got to concentrate for another 16 minutes. If you're Lourdes, you got to take care of the basketball. You got to work inside. If you're Walt Hill, you got to try to increase the tempo a little bit. They were held to 9 points in the second quarter, which, you know, I don't have their stats for the whole season, but I got to believe 9 is probably one of their lowest quarters so far in the season.
Kobe Smith with the pump fake draws the foul on, I believe that was Sakinas with the foul, his first personal.
Nice set play out of halftime for Walt Hill. Coach Stansbury May looking to energize the Walt Hill crowd. Tried to run a lob. Smith was able to catch and get fouled. And only scoring 9 points. To be a pressing team, you have to score. You have to be able to make the other team take the ball out of bounds so you can set your pressure. As Smith was able to capitalize on the second free throw here, you'll see the pressure. And this will be the difference of which team takes home the state championship. Can the Lourdes break the pressure, or can Walt Hill increase the tempo and generate steals?
Feed right back in off the steal, and Sheridan is fouled. So Casey Porter came up with that steal, found Sheridan, who is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And that's what Lourdes didn't do in the first half. If they turn it over, it was a travel based on a pass that is intercepted that allows Walt Hill to take it into early offense and get to the free throw line again.
First foul on Nick Witten of Lourdes. Walt Hill knocked off Bruning Davenport Shickley, BDS. In the semifinal at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Now is the number 6 team in the state here in the state championship game.
I thought Coach Tynan team did a really nice job in the first half of playing with spacing, executing in the half court. That time, turned it over. Lourdes is going to stay in their 2-3 zone.
Porter drives in, a little flip to it, not there. Now the break. Miller all the way. Hayden Miller with the bucket.
And you see that, if you drive from the top of the key area as a guard, sometimes your defensive balance is not great getting back and getting the ball stopped. That time, Walt Hill drove from the top of the key. The guard didn't rotate back and gave up the easy transition layup.
Porter from 3, comes up short. Boy, great save, but right into the hands of Sakinas. I'll leave it at 29. Miller with the 3 is just off. Miller leads him, averaging 15 a game. He has 9 so far here this morning. That's tipped away. And a turnover on the Blue Jays.
We'll see. It looks like a touch of the chin is some type of set play for Lourdes. My guess is it's going to go on the post to Sakinas here.
Drive and the bucket. Hayden Miller. Chance at a 3-point play.
Yeah, use Sakinas in a high pick and roll here. As a defender, you have to try to help to stunt that dribble penetration for Miller. Really nice, explosive dribble. Good strength. Get it up on the backboard and in.
Foul is the second on Kobe Smith. So a 3-point play makes it a 3-point game. And Miller now with 13 points to lead all scorers. Tipped away, Sakinas with the block. Out of the break, ahead, Witten lays it in. And Lourdes with its largest lead of the game. Up by 5, 34-29 here in period number 3.
And Lourdes Central Catholic with their 6th block shot of the game. It's always nice to block it, keep it on the court, which led into that early offense and got the transition layup.
Sakinas forces the turnover. Knocked it away and then off the foot of Walt Hill.
And that was actually Smith's third foul. I didn't see that. I thought it was just tipped out of bounds, but got Smith with a grab. So he's going to have to go to the bench early in the third quarter with the third foul.
Miller again kicks it outside. Sakinas travels. Hayden Miller really becoming more active here in this third period. He is the all-time three-point shooter, holds the school record for three-pointers in a season and threes in a game. Lord Central Catholic. Porter could not get the lay-in to go. Miller, three. Got it. Wide open, and Miller knocks it down. And a timeout called by the Blue Jays. Lords has extended the lead to 8. 37-29. Miller's got 16. One more look at that last play. Miller brings it up and then spots up for the three.
Nice penetration. Once again, an inside-outside pass. If you can just take majority of your threes where the ball's coming from in to out, you're going to be a much higher percent three-point shooting team. And when you got players as talented as Miller and playing with confidence, that basket seems pretty large. Great start to the third quarter for Nebraska City Lords.
Hey, good time for you to connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can add a comment or catch up on the latest Nebraska sports information. Be sure to like NET Sports and Big Red Wrap-Up while you're at it. You can join on the conversation on Twitter and Facebook with NET. 37-29. We have our photographers kind of roaming the Pinnacle Bank Arena all day long. They'll be in the stands, on the floor, taking some candid photographs, and we'll be posting those up throughout the day on our Facebook page, so be sure to check that out. But a lot of folks in the morning go home, check out Facebook in the afternoon, and see themselves from the earlier games. Tipped away, right back into the hands of Kobe Smith.
I like the substitution by Coach Tynan to go back to Smith. Even though he has 3 fouls, he's a senior, been here before. You have to trust your upperclassmen. Certainly a big impact on the offensive end, and I think he sensed the game was getting out of reach and went back to him and had an impact. First possession.
On the turnover, right into the hands of Porter. Porter drives in. Can't get the lay-in to go. Sakinas just such a shot disruptor in there. And then the turnover. Lord Central Catholic on top. 37-31 here in the third. Rebound pulled down by Hoagland. Three on the way from Ragland.
Walt Hill's been able to string together 2 or 3 stops in a row.
Warriors 3 is off, and the foul will be called on Hoagland. Or check that, they're going to call Miller. They did. So first foul on Hayden Miller, and that will take us to a break. 37-31. Lords on top here in the third.
texting? Turn it off. If driving isn't worth your full attention, what is? A safety reminder from your Nebraska Department of Roads.
Are you cool to flex fuel? 1 in 7 Nebraskans is driving a flex fuel vehicle, and many don't even realize it. With a flex fuel vehicle, you can fill up with any blend of American ethanol and gasoline, from E10 to E15, from E30 to E85, at any time in any amount. Look for an insignia on your trunk or tailgate. You might have a yellow gas cap, or check your owner's manual. If you're cool to flex fuel, then look for a flex fuel pump in your neighborhood. Flex fuel blends with American ethanol.
Well, sports fans, NET is for you. We bring you more Nebraska high school championships and collegiate sports than any other Nebraska network. So for more information on dates, times, available webcasts, and all that we covered, please join our website at netnebraska.org. It has been a busy last 5 or 6 weeks for this NET team. State high school championships in bowling and wrestling and swimming and diving. Girls basketball last weekend, and today we'll crown 6 more state champs. Drive by Sheridan. Rebound pulled down by Vasa. Here's Miller. Three just off by Quentin Vasa. Good pass. Kobe Smith to the cutting Webster, and Webster with the bucket.
Well, once again, using that high post area to generate offense.
Looking inside for Vasa, who's posting up.
Gold Hill's used a little 5-0 run since the timeout to cut the deficit to 4. This is part of the game where it gets hard. These teams have played 3 games in 3 days, and you've got to dig deep.
With patience by Sakinas.
Yeah, really nice finish, but it's not only the physical fatigue, it's the mental fatigue. Can you know the scattering report? What are you trying to do on offense and defense? And the team that can execute the best down the stretch is going to take home their first state championship.
Good take by Sheridan. Good drive and dish from Miller to Vasa.
Lords has done that the whole game. They've been able to answer the Walt Hill runs with a timely 3 or a timely basket and kind of keep the momentum and the crowd into it on their side. And the great Walt Hill crowd that's been here all week has not really had that moment where they can explode and give their team energy.
Right. Another turnover. Walt Hill's beginning to get a bit more careless with the ball here in period 3. That caught the hand. Porter with the foul. Just the first foul on Porter. So our Lords will set it up here with 22 seconds left in period number 3. They'll set up for 1 shot.
We'll see if Lords goes back to maybe that high pick and roll with Sakinas and Miller was good to him a few possessions ago. Looks like here comes the same set.
Miller with the 3. Got it! Big shot by Miller. And time expires in the 3rd. And Miller, what a 3rd period he had. 19 for Miller, and Lords leads it after 3, 44-35.
No matter how you look at it, animal agriculture helps Nebraska's economy. The livestock industry provides increased tax revenues for schools and community services. Livestock enterprises also create jobs while contributing to existing businesses such as local banks and grocery stores. A thriving livestock industry helps maintain our current way of life, but also provides opportunities for the next generation of farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff helps to raise awareness of the importance of animal agriculture to Nebraska.
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank knows the importance of giving back. That's why we're committed to support charitable, educational, and service organizations in communities across Nebraska and the nation. Last year, U.S. Bank employees provided more than 3,000 hours of community service in Nebraska, and we're dedicated to continuing that support. U.S. Bank, serving you in Nebraska. Member FDIC.
Blue Jays champion!
Time for period number 4 in the Class D1 state championship. Lourdes Central Catholic with its largest lead of the game at 9, 44-35.
Yeah, it's so important in high school basketball to finish quarters, and a lot of times you get the ball back coming out of the next quarter, and you can have many 3-0, 5-0, 6-0 runs. Lourdes was unable to capitalize, but had the good shot that first possession.
Quick release there by Webster, could not get it to go. And Walt Hill really struggling from the three-point line, and Lourdes not struggling at all. They've extended this to an 11-point game. And the turnover. Kobe Smith.
It's been a really nice battle between Sakinas and Smith. Both are double-doubles already in the game. Smith with
Jaden Sheridan.
Larry. Smith with 11 points, 11 rebounds, and Sakinas has 13 points and 10 rebounds. It's just terrific effort by the inside guys of both teams.
Foul called there on Jaden Sheridan.
For Lourdes, it's about taking care of the basketball, trying to make Walt Hill play against the half court.
Foul called on DeAndre Webster. Webster picks up his first personal foul. That's the 5th team foul on Walt Hill, so still not in the bonus yet. But shooting 2 here is Miller. Hayden Miller with 17 points in the first round. He had 18 in the semifinal game, and here this morning he has 19. 17, 18, 19 for Miller.
A really consistent effort.
Blocking foul there will be called on Nick Witten. That's his 2nd personal foul. 4th team foul now for Lourdes.
Yeah, you mentioned the three-point shooting of Walt Hill. Really, the difference in this game was, playing a 2-3 zone, right? You don't play zone against teams that can shoot, but Lourdes has done a terrific job of expanding the guards out.
Good shot by Webster, drew the foul, could not get it to go. So he'll be at the line to shoot 2. Foul called on Vasa. That's his first.
Certainly, Walt Hill has the offensive firepower to make a spurt and a run to get back into this game.
Second one is off from Webster. Tipped away by Smith. Chased back down, but out of bounds off of Lords. A good forced turnover there by Kobe Smith. And you're right, they just could not afford to have him on the bench at all.
Yeah, just really their only inside threat. They're just active offensively and defensively. Really nice find opposite. Keeps the ball alive. You can see there's no quit Walt Hill. These kids came down on a mission and they're competing to try to finish this thing.
And Jaden Sheridan follows up with 2 rebounds and a putback for a basket and the opportunity at the three-point play.
Nice little step through. Good finish. Now it's important. Walt Hill missed the last free throw, so they weren't able to set their press 2 possessions ago. Be nice to finish the three-point play and then set your pressure defense. Try to generate another turnover.
Broke the press, looked inside. Sakinas tipped it away. So now that Walt Hill pressure starting to pay off a bit. Down by 5, 5.5 to go in the game.
You can see the Walt Hill crowd is starting to get back into it a little bit.
Drive by Webster, couldn't get it to go. Smith rebound, put back, and he's fouled. And Smith with an opportunity for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, you got to credit Coach Tynan's adjustment at halftime. Talked to Schmitty and said we're too dependent on the 3, not making a lot of shots there. 2 of 10. You know, right now they're 2 of 13, so they've not settled for that 3, and they're attacking on the drive, which has opened up the offensive backboard. And they've had more success in the lane against the 2-3 defensive wards than they had in the first half.
First one is off. There are the numbers for Kobe Smith on the morning. 3 of 10, 13 boards, 11 points. Got the second one. So 4-point game now. Ragland back to Miller, looked inside. They'll slow it up and reset. Sakinas down low. Good pass from Sakinas. Could not finish. I believe they called Sakinas for getting the hand there. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. And now 1-and-1 the rest of the way for Walt Hill. 7th team foul on Lords.
Well, this is where you maybe fall back on experience, but with neither team being here, it's whoever wants to step up and make plays is going to help their team win.
Stansbury calls the timeout for Walt Hill. They trail by 4, 46-42. Oh, we talked about the style of play that Walt Hill plays, very up-tempo, fast-paced, very similar to Winnebago. Well, today on NET, you might remember last year the Winnebago boys basketball team won their first state championship since 1940. The NET production of Bago Boys chronicles Winnebago's 2015 winning season. You can watch interviews with players, coaches, and parents. It's Bago Boys. It airs today at 3 Central on NET. So we have a little bit of a break in between the sessions, and that's what you'll be seeing here on NET after our morning session concludes. Plenty to go here, though. State championship still on the line and still in doubt with 4:52 to go. Lords Central Catholic, also known as Our Lady of Lourdes Central Catholic School in Nebraska City leads it 46-42 over the kids from the Hill.
I mentioned neither team with a lot of state tournament experience, very little state championship experience in the history of their school. However, Winnebago last year, Kobe Smith was a member of that team.
Right.
Could he maybe have that experience and confidence to help his team overcome? Unfortunately, not able to capitalize from the free throw line there.
He's missed 2 of his last 3 attempts. Three from Bassa. Got it. Big shot by Quentin Bassa. The 6'6" sophomore knocks down the 3.
And that's what Lourdes Central Catholic has had all tournament. That timely three-point shooting. When they've needed a 3, they've been able to take it and make it.
Good dish there from Webster to Jaden Sheridan. Cutting to the basket. Coach says Sheridan has just terrific post moves. We've seen that here this morning. Terrific outside shooting, really an inside-outside kid. Now the Blue Jays are going to have to start knocking down those free throws. And they get the first one here. Walt Hill just one of its last 6 field goals. Before that last bucket by Lourdes, they had gone 2.5 minutes without a bucket themselves. Ragland looking inside. Nice job defensively there by Lamont to deny Miller. And the block out of bounds off of Casey Porter.
And Walt Hill has become a little bit more aggressive in that half-court defense. You see they're out pressuring. Nice recovery by Porter to get the block shot from behind.
Sakinas has it tipped away. The cutting Miller. Nice pickup by Hoagland. And the bounce pass into Ragland. Check that, Ragland into Miller.
A really nice execution. Good hard back cut. Nice bounce pass delivered in the perfect position. Lourdes again answers Walt Hill's mini run.
And Lourdes just not giving up anything on the perimeter. Up by 8, nearing the 3-minute mark. Knocked loose, but right back into the hands. 3 in and out from Ragland. Thought he had that.
And I was just going to say, I think this is a really important possession, you know, to make sure you score. And I think Coach Stansbury sensed that and is going to take a timeout. Yeah, just a really nice cut, and that's why that pass needs to be a bounce pass. You can see the outstretched defender's hands of Walt Hill. If that was a chest pass, that probably gets deflected. A bounce pass goes underneath that hand. Great execution, great finish.
Ragland got the loose ball with the bounce pass, and Miller finished it up. Well, if you love watching high school sports on NET, with your generous donation to NET, you help us provide more than 200 hours of sports programs each year. So if you donate $120, we'll send you an exclusive NET Sports Partners Club jacket. The jacket is a gift with our thanks for your support, and you'll automatically become a member of our NET Sports Partners Club. So to get your NET jacket, call 800-634-6788, or you can visit the website at netnebraska.org/donate. Oh, we'll see what head coach Ryan Stansbury draws up out of this timeout. Down by 8, 2:49 to go. And every possession becomes important now.
And a lot of coaches always have set plays against man-to-man. You don't have a lot of sets that are effective against the zone. So you kind of got to talk about principles in the timeout, where you want to attack the zone. And my guess is Smith is going to get himself into the high post, see if they can play offense through the high post.
Tried to bounce pass to the cutting Webster, but it was tipped away.
Yeah, right idea, just not great execution, but you got to credit Miller. Miller's been very active. Gets his hands on a lot of basketballs.
Ragland with the drive, not there. Smith rebounds. Porter's off. The time ticking away here now on Walt Hill. Need to come up with some turnovers to erase this 8-point deficit with 2:10 to go. Timeout called by Joe Tynan. Hayden Miller's had quite a game. Miller, the junior guard, 6'1", averages 15 points per game. Tonight, Miller this morning with 21. There's 3 right there. Off the dribble.
The second 4 of 8 from the 3. There comes another 3. Just playing with a lot of confidence, playing with the tempo, being aggressive offensively, defensively. He's kind of a stat filler. He's got steals, he's got assists, he's got 7 rebounds to go with those 21 points. Obviously a big factor of Lourdes being ahead by 8 with a chance to take home that first state championship.
This really, when you look at it, is a relatively young Lourdes team. Sakinas is a senior. You have Miller, who's a junior. This Charles Vasa, the other 6'8", is a senior as well. Yes. And the foul on Sakinas. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Certainly losing Sakinas will be a loss, but you know, you have that experience to fall back on, and confidence and energy, and I'm sure there's some young kids on that bench that are ready to maybe contribute next year as well. But Sakinas has had a big impact in this game as well. You know, 13 points, 12 rebounds. Numerous block shots.
It's been a year of firsts for this Lourdes team. They won the conference championship, the Pioneer Conference, for the first time in school history. Finished 3rd in the Medecas tournament. Won the Syracuse Holiday Tournament. First ever trip into the championship game. They're checking some, looks like blood maybe, on Casey Porter. It's like wrestling. This is blood time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, certainly never a comfortable feeling when you miss your first and you have a minute break in between the next one. But you know, for Lourdes, it's going to come down to free throw shooting if they want a chance to finish this game out. For Walt Hill, they're going to have to play pretty efficient offense. You know, 3-possession game right now at 8 points. But the door is left open.
Nearly taken away by Ragland.
As I mentioned, Lourdes has done such a terrific job of getting out.
Great dish to Kobe Smith. The and one opportunity. And that's what the Walt Hill crowd needed.
And you can see Lourdes really pressuring the 3-point shooters, which opened up a drive. Great dish, great finish. Good catch, good strong two-handed take by Smith. And now you have to capitalize. Smith has struggled a little bit from the free throw line, but being a veteran kid in the tournament, look for this one to go in.
And with 1:39 to go, Sakinas picks up his 4th personal foul as well. There's something else to keep an eye on. They quickly foul Sakinas. send him to the line. So it'll be a 1-and-1 here for Lourdes.
Yeah, that's only the 7th team foul. So your 7th foul, your 8th foul, and your 9th foul are still single bonus opportunities. So another factor that could allow Walt Hill to get into this game.
Sakinas knocks it in. Nick Witten back into the game now for the Knights. Second free throw from Sakinas. That gives Sakinas 15 points in the game.
Yeah, great mental toughness to come back after missing 2 to make 2. For Walt Hill, you don't have to fall in love with the 3 here. You can take a 2.
You just can't turn it over. Casey Porter with a foul.
Yeah, you really have to give a lot of credit to Lourdes Central Catholic's defense. If you were to told me before the game Lourdes would have more steals, 11, than Walt Hill, which prides himself on a full court man-to-man pressing defense, you know, that's probably in the underbelly of the stat sheet. You know, Walt Hill's inability to generate steals and Lourdes' ability to get out to the three-point shooters, but not only take threes away, but to get steals on the top of that zone. Right. And a big factor for their lead.
And their size inside, so key to the ability to do that. Smith throws it up over his head and got it to go. And a timeout for the Blue Jays. 1:06 to go, down by 6. One more look at Kobe Smith flipping it up.
Yeah, really the same action that they got a dunk. A little baseline drive, brought Sakinas over. Just a terrific athletic play by Smith. Just being off balance, but just having the ability to get the ball up and hopefully you get it up on the rim and give it a chance, and it went in.
17 points now for Kobe Smith. Miller leads all scorers for Lourdes with 22. Sakinas has had his best output down here at State. He had 11 in the first and second rounds. He has 15 here in this championship game.
Yeah, look for a lot of pressure from Walt Hill. You down 6, certainly a minute 6 is enough time. Try to generate a steal, maybe look for a trap first before you foul. You see if you can get a turnover here. But if they do foul, Lourdes is still only in the single bonus, so it'd be a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Walt Hill from three-point range, just 2 of 17. They were 2 of 10 at half, so 0 for 7 here in the second half. Lourdes, though, has missed is only 2 of its last 8, 1 of its last 5 in field goals. The foul quickly on Sakinas. They'll send him to the line.
Yeah, nice job on Nebraska City. Lourdes out of timeout to be able to break the pressure. I'm sure Walt Hill has the free throw percentages of who they want to foul late games. Sakinas stepped up and made the last 2. Be a bonus opportunity here.
With much confidence, knocks it down.
Yeah, that's what you love to see out of your seniors.
"17 points, 12 rebounds for the 6'8" senior. Three on the way. Rattles out in a quick foul there from Hollowell. And now with 46 to go, down by 8. Lourdes can begin to ice this away by knocking down free throws. Brock Hoagland puts the first one through.
That's 11 of 20 for the game. But their last, I believe that's either 6 in a row or 8 in a row, Larry. And if you want to close out games and win championships, you do it from the free throw line, and they've certainly done that.
Final timeout taken by Walt Hill. What a great run for these Blue Jays down here at State. Came in number 6 overall. Knocked off the number 1 seed in BDS. Well, if you're watching from home and you know somebody who may not have access to the game, maybe would like to see it, you can also watch today's championships live on your computer, your tablet, or your smartphone at netnebraska.org/sports, or also on the NET Nebraska app. That's available for free for Android and Apple devices. Just go to the App Store, or you can download it at netnebraska.org/apps.
Well, we talked about tempo. You know, I thought if Walt Hill could increase the tempo, they averaged 70 points a game. Really, it was Lords that was able to control it, not turn it over, make it more of a half-court game. And then really Sakinas is inside and Miller's outside. At inside-outside offensive efficiency is going to be the difference of why Lords is going to take home that first state championship.
And the quick foul on Sakinas, who will now be shooting 2. Was there in the double bonus. This is the lowest, at least right now, one of the lowest offensive outputs of the season for Walt Hill. They had 46 in a loss to Meade. And this is the second lowest offensive output. And Meade obviously playing for a state championship later today.
Yeah, credit Coach Tynan's matchup. They had a nice game plan coming in to get out to the shooters. Held Walt Hill to 7 points in the second quarter, only 8 in the third quarter. So 15 points over those 2 quarters allowed them to play from the lead, which helps your confidence.
Long 3, high rebound, kick back out. Put back up and in, but it's not going to be enough as Lords up by 10. Is time ticking away here in period number 4. That's off of Smith, and it will belong to Nebraska City Lords Central Catholic. And the hooting and hollering begins in Nebraska City. Graydon Hollowell will go to the line with the foul, and that will send Ragland to the line. 7 seconds to go here, and the subs coming in. Opportunity for everybody to get a chance here at Pinnacle Bank Arena in a state championship game.
A great start to a full day of basketball.
Absolutely.
Competitive game.
Dylan Papp in the game now, along with Quentin Vasa, John Funky, Colton Fulton, trying to get them all in here. Ben Miller, also in the game. Three is off, and that will do it. It's a year of firsts for Nebraska City Lords Central Catholic, the school's first ever boys state championship. Congratulations to the Knights. When we come back, medal and trophy presentations. They are the Class D1 state champions. We'll be back in Lincoln.
The Aurora Cooperative is reshaping the agricultural landscape through world-class agronomy, innovative grain marketing, energy, and animal nutrition, with the vision and financial strength to not just anticipate change, but create it, driven by an unwavering commitment to the farmers and ranchers we serve, to their communities, and to the next generation of agricultural leaders. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
All right, college visit number 2. Here we go. What?
College visit!
Learn more from Education Quest at govisitcollege.org.
Coverage of the 2016 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, the Nebraska Tourism Commission, the Nebraska Public Power District, and Education Quest. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state of Nebraska. We could not do it without your support. Nets coming down here at the Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln. And that will be the first net hung in the trophy case in Nebraska City at Lourdes Central Catholic. Congratulations on the state championship. And now for the medal and trophy presentations, let's go to Doc Weiniger.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Executive Director Dr. Jim Tenneper, Jay Beller from Battle Creek, Dr. Bob Resnicek from Boys Town, and U.S. Bank Representative Judd Farrell. Here are the awards for your 2016 Class D1 runner-up, Walt Hill High School. Head coach Ryan Stansberry and your assistants, please step forward to present the silver medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Number 1, Trey Brown. Number 2, Horace Camp. Number 10, Kobe Manaz. Number 11, Orion Lamont. Number 14, Devon Grant. Number 15, Tyler Lovejoy. Number 30, Truliano Sheridan. Number 34, Romello Porter. Number 35, Ben Lovejoy. Number 3, Jaden Sheridan. Number 5, Graydon Hollowell. Number 20, Kobe Smith. Number 21, Casey Porter. And number 22, DeAndre Webster. And now, here is the 2016 Class D1 NSAA State Basketball Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations, Walt Hill High School. And now to your 2016 Class D1 state champions, Lord Central Catholic High School. Head coach Joe Tynan, we have a special award for you. Now, coach, would you and your assistants please present the gold medals to the members of your championship team. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Number 10, Sam Balmer. Number 12, Ben Miller. Number 22, Quinton Vasa. Number 30, Colder Fulton. Number 33, Andrew Aldana. Number 40, Dylan Pack. Number 42, Jack Ball. Number 52, Brandon Frederick. Number 55, Charlie Massa. Number 15, Thomas Ragland. Number 20, Hayden Miller. Number 23, Brock Hoagland. Number 24, Nick Witter. Number 32, Julius Sakina. Presenting the team championship game ball from Farmers Mutual Insurance is Regional Director of Agency Tim Below, the head coach Joe Tynan. And now, here is the 2016 Class D1 NSAA State Basketball Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Lord Central Catholic High School.
So congratulations once again, the first ever state championship for Nebraska City Lords Central Catholic. The Knights finishing the season at 25-5, and they are the champs of Class D1. Now we'll head backstage. Chris Schmidt is with Ryan Stansberry.
Thanks a lot, Larry. Coach, first, congratulations on a tremendous season. You had a chance to hug some of your guys one more time. What's your emotion right now as you came close?
It's tough to put into words. Sorry. I'm really proud of those seniors, juniors, everybody. I want to thank all the fans showing up for all the support. We had a fantastic year. Just one more win would have been nice, but thanks to everybody again for showing up. All the love we've received down here before we got down here. Can't thank you guys enough. Thank you.
Coach, you mentioned the support, the fans, and you had a run in that fourth quarter. And if you could, what Lords did defensively, the effect it had on your offense.
Yep. Their top guards moved well in that zone. We struggled to find seams, to find gaps. It's a good zone. It's a good team. I mean, I wouldn't want to be beat by anybody else. They were great sports. It's a nice coach. If anybody has to beat us, I'm proud of them at least. But
Coach, congratulations. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
We'll send it back to Larry.
All right, thanks, Schmitty. State champs Lords Central Catholic. We'll hear from them when we come back.